Hi, welcome back. In this lecture, we'll configure Kafka producer in a order service project. Well, order service will act as a producer, right? That's why we want to configure Kafka producer in a order service so that order service can able to publish order event to the Kafka topic. So let me go to IntelliJ IDEA over here and let me go to order service and go to application.properties file. Well, before configuring Kafka producer, make sure that a Zookeeper service as well as Kafka server is running in your local machine. Well, you can run Kafka server as well as Zookeeper service using terminal. So let me open the terminal. If you are using Windows, then make sure that you open a command prompt. So first go to the Kafka folder. So let me go to the Kafka folder. So once you are in a Kafka folder, then you can just go ahead and enter this command to run the Zookeeper service, that is bin-zookeeper-server-start.sh followed by config/zookeeper.properties. So go ahead and hit enter. So this will run a Zookeeper service. Okay. Well, once Zookeeper service is running, next we will run the Kafka server. In order to run the Kafka server, we are going to open another terminal. Okay. From here, first go to Kafka folder, right? So let me first go to downloads folder, cd, and within downloads folder I have Kafka folder, and then I am going to run the Kafka server start.sh file. Okay, so this is the command to run the Kafka server, right? So go ahead and hit enter. So this will run a Kafka server in a local machine. Okay, so whenever you run a Kafka server, make sure that you first run the Zookeeper service and then you need to run the Kafka server. Otherwise you will get an error because Kafka server depends on Zookeeper service. That's why you have to first run the Zookeeper service and then you need to run the Kafka server. Now the Zookeeper service as well as Kafka server is up and running. Next, go to the IntelliJ IDEA and here we're going to configure Kafka producer. Alright, so just type the property spring.kafka.producer.bootstrap-servers. Alright, followed by localhost :9092. Well, this property we are using to configure Kafka servers. As of now, we have only one Kafka server which is running in our local machine on port 9092 that we have mentioned over here. Let's say in your Kafka cluster, if multiple Kafka brokers are running, then you can mention all the Kafka brokers URL over here separated by comma. Okay, for example, let's say another Kafka broker is running on port 9093. Then what you can do is you can just put the comma and then localhost :9093, for example, like this. Okay, but in our case we have only one Kafka broker which is running on 9092. That's why we have mentioned localhost :9092. Okay, great. It means that this Kafka producer will connect to this Kafka broker which is running on port 9092. Next, we will configure serializer classes for key and value. Well, basically message contains key value. Okay, so if you can see our architecture over here, whenever order service will send a message or event to the Kafka topic, then that event or a message basically contains key value. Okay, and we need to configure the serializer classes for that key value pair. Okay, that is what we are going to configure over here. Alright, so just type the property spring.kafka.producer key-serializer followed by serializer class name. So we are going to use class name, that is serializer class name from Apache Kafka library. So let's say org.apache.common.serialization.string serializer. Alright, so this is the class we are going to use to serialize this key. Okay, next we are going to configure the serializer class for value. So just type the property spring.kafka.producer.value serializer followed by, let's have a serializer class name, org.spring framework.kafka.serializer.json serializer. Okay, so if you can observe here, we are using JSON serializer class from Spring Framework Kafka library, not from Apache Kafka library, because Kafka library don't have a support for JSON. Okay, so if you can see our architecture, we are basically send order event as a JSON to the Kafka topic, right? And in order to convert the order event into JSON, we need a JSON serializer, right? So that is what we have configured over here. Okay, and remember, Kafka library, that is Apache Kafka library, don't have support for the JSON serialization and deserialization. That's why Spring Framework provides this JSON serializer class, which we can use to serialize the Java object into JSON. Okay, that is what we have configured over here. Okay, next we need to configure the Kafka topic name here. Just type the property spring.kafka.topic.name equal to order_topics. So this is going to be our Kafka topic name. Now we have configured Kafka producer in a order service application. So let's go and let's run the order service application just to make sure that the configuration we have done is working as expected. So just go to main entry point class. From here just run the Spring Boot project, and if you can see, there are no errors or exception in a console. It means that the Kafka producer configuration that we have configured in application.properties file is working as expected. Alright, great. I will see you in the next lecture.